Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. This is for entertainment purpose only. This is the tragic case of the Idaho quadruple murder in Idaho, Moscow on the 13th of September 2022. Law enforcement in Idaho, Moscow was called around 11:30 in the afternoon or morning. An emergency report was made that someone was found unconscious in the house in Kings Road, where Kaylee Gongalves on the left with the black t-shirt, and then you have Maddie Morgan. They were best friends. They grew up together. They went to the same high school. They shared the same house in college. They had great plans ahead. Kaylee Gongalves, his mother and father, and all the other parents are still fighting hard to get justice. The killer wasn't found, or the suspect wasn't found at the beginning. And I have a bit clips, I believe, of this case in my channel. It was just one of those cases that you really have to use a lot of your energy, patience, takes a lot of your emotions, takes a toll on you. Condolence to these families of the 4 victims: Kaylee Gongalves, Maddie Morgan. These were the 5 girls living in the same house in Idaho, Moscow. There's 6 rooms, but one, I believe a girl was supposed to move into, a woman was supposed to move into. She still was in the process of moving in. So we have Kaylee Gongalves towards the left in black. Then we have Dylan Mortensen, who is a victim too. She did not die, but she allegedly was the witness who said that she saw a man with bushy eyebrows. That's before they caught the suspect, Brian Koberger. And the court case is going on in Idaho now for the quadruple murders. Next to Dylan, who has on the jeans, we have She's Alive, and God bless her. And then we have Maddie Morgan. She is the only child. Her parents didn't have any other children. That's very sad, and she had a bright future ahead. All of them did. Kaylee Gongalves with the blonde hair and the beige pant at the corner, and Maddie with the long dress have been best friends since they were kids. Then you have Xana Conodal with the black dress, and Xana was a junior. Xana's sister Jasmine Conodal went in the same high school as Brian Koberger, coincidentally. So I wonder if he was paying attention to that too. And then you have Bethany Funk with the beige and white dress. Bethany Funk was the one who lived in the basement, the ground floor, the first floor. and the room opposite her was supposed to be occupied by Dylan, but Dylan moved upstairs to the second floor, and that is where Xana Conodle in the black dress and her boyfriend, who was a freshman, got killed. I find it honestly very strange that Dylan and Bethany Funk did not call the police. This happened at 4, between 4 to 4:25. It all happened in, actually 4 to 4:16. The killings happened in 16 minutes, which is a red flag, which is strange. But we know that killings can happen in a second, but then with 4 different people, 2 on the above floor. So we basically believe that he went up to the first floor. It's really heartbreaking to talk about this case, but Kaylee Congalvis, the shortest girl on the left, may she rest in peace, finished her graduation and she moved back home. She came to show Maddie and her friends her new Jeep that she bought, and she was really happy. She was moving to Texas. But what was strange is on the last call, not the last call, the last CCTV footage showed the 2 best friends. That's Kaylee Gongalvis with the beige pant in the corner, and Maddie, her friend with the long dress, beige dress. It shows them both talking, and they're walking with a guy called John Jack. And they are intoxicated, with the recipes, and you can hear Kaylee, they came from the pub. Kaylee is asking Maddie, what did you tell Adam? And Maddie says, nothing. No, she says, I didn't tell Adam, I told him everything. So Kaylee says, Maddie, what did you tell Adam? Adam is someone who works in the pub, and they're students and they're friends. And Adam is the best friend of Kaylee Congalvis' ex-fiancé, Jack. So there's 2 Jacks. There's John Jack and there's Jack, that is Kaylee's ex. So whatever happened that day, I believe, I wonder what Adam knows about it. Or was it just a drunk talk? We have the 2 best friends, Maddie Morgan and Xana Conodle. No, sorry, Maddie Morgan and Kaylee Congalvis, the 2 blonde girls that were the 2 victims who died. And we have these other 2 victims who lived in the second floor. They were freshmen, Xana Conodle and Ethan Chapin. Ethan was one of 3 triplets. It's so heartbreaking. His brother was one of the first people to come and discover his brother and the other 3 people dead. Xana Conodle was always so happy. Every picture you see of her, she's either singing, dancing, laughing, just having fun, doing cartwheels, doing everything she can possibly do, painting her face. She's just, may God bless them all. They were so young and their lives so cut so soon because of someone's evil doing. This is Brian Kohlberger. He was arrested 2 months later in New York. He went to his parents' house. He drove with his father back to New York, and on his way to Pennsylvania, he was stopped on the way by Indiana deputies, and I believe it was definitely done by the FBI because they were following his whereabouts. He was tied into this because, to start with, Brian Kohlberger is a criminologist student and he's finished crime and justice in master's. He's finished psychology in his BA, bachelor's, and then he was doing his PhD in criminologist. His professor, his teacher, is the famous professor, I believe her name is Karen, who wrote a book about a couple of serial killers and has visited them in jails. So I don't know if he is doing this to impress or to prove a point. Brian Kohlberger was bullied as a child in school. A couple of years ago, I believe 5-6 years ago, he was under the addiction of heroin, and he went under rehabilitation and got better and continued on his education and managed to finish his master's and his PhD with flying colors. He's doing his last semester of his PhD. But this man allegedly is being accused of the quadruple murders, although the case has a lot of twists and turns. I will be talking more about this case because this case will be coming back on trial in